Shauna. So it turns out like what's in your notary bag is a thing. So I want to do mine. My video might be real boring because I don't have like this giant suitcase of a backpack type notary bag that you looks like I'm about to go camping with. This is my notary bag. That is it. This simple little bag. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 different compartments in there. I'm going through the first one. I don't want to take everything out, so I'm gonna do it the lazy way, show you, and then put it back in. So right here, first thing I have in the front is a receipt book. I use the receipt book for general notary work. I do like to give receipts every time I do notarize like small things. Right here is a business card case. I'm able to keep up to, well, they say you can keep up to 20, but really I keep like 16 in there before it overfills and gets stuffy. I keep like a good 12 of them is of my notary loan signing business, and then the other few is from other businesses. I do have this I'll go through in another video. This is a helpful tool right here. I'll go through it in another video, but that's what I keep in the front zipper right here. The next zipper right here is where I keep my supplies. For instance, pens, blue pens, because loan signings typically you're doing blue pens. I do keep a few black and like 1 red. That's just my personal preference. I use those for other things. And then I keep some paper clips. And then in this bag, I keep just a whole bunch of stuff. Y'all really gonna make me take this out? Okay, so I keep these footies. You know, when you go into people's houses, to be honest, I don't use these as much as I used to. I remember the very first time I started using them, it was fine at first, but then I start getting people say stuff like, oh no, you don't have to worry about that, because I don't put them on until like I'm knocking at the door, hi, I'm here, and then I start trying to put them on real quick, and they'll be like, oh no, you don't have to worry about that. But ever since the pandemic or whatever, people, it's bam, this whole thing you just put on your foot. Have me fiddling with this. But ever since the whole pandemic thing, people don't really even want you in the house, let alone taking, because sometimes they will ask you to take off your shoes. That's the reason why I put those on. But people don't want you in their house these days, let alone taking off your clothes. So that's the reason I got that. I do got some, what do you call these? Sticky notes. I have these rubber bands where I use them. There's the way I tie them. I always tie it like that. But rubber bands for when I have my packets are really big. I do have these extra clips in here. Typically, I clip the documents, bring it out there, and then unclip them. But sometimes I just keep a few extra in here just in case, like I'm feeling generous or accidentally leave a case with them. I do also keep a stapler in here with some extra staples. The stapler is when I want to like I staple my business card to the receipts. And then the last thing I have in this little bag are these right here. These why I don't feel like doing this, but okay, these are like little finger grips. You put these on your fingers because, you know, when you deal with a lot of paperwork, let me pull up some paperwork. When you do a lot of paperwork, I can't stand when people do that. Ooh, when people lick the paper and then like that. Well, that's what these are for. This helps you just grab the paper like that. You don't have to lick your finger and all that stuff. That's what these are for. I will link all the stuff down below if you guys want to look in depth, because I know I'm not doing like a real close-up job, because I don't want to make a mess, and I have my stuff organized the way I want it to, and now I'm taking everything out. I have to put everything back in. Okay. Okay, so then I keep that part, the pins, the paper clips in the second. So this is the first one. This is the second one I keep everything in. Okay, the third compartment right here, the third compartment is usually, this part right here is where I put in my loan packets. So if I have like, this is not really that thick, but say if I have a really thick one, I take this and I sit it in, hold on, let me open it. take it and I sit it in here. And I usually can fit like 3 or 4 packets in here depending on how thick it is. And yeah, that's where I keep the packets. Take that out because that does not need to be in there. Okay, and then the last zip spot right here is where I keep the more important stuff. For instance, I keep both. I have 2 notary journals. I have like just a well, notary journal at, what do you call it? There you go. You see that one? Then I have the notarial journal of events. Now I keep 2. Now this is not a common thing. I just do this. I keep this one, I do general notary work in, and this one I do loan signings in. I like to keep mine separate. And then also, I know people are probably like, ooh, you got the wrinkly one. I prefer the wrinkly one because when they're hard and stiff, it's hard to move the bag around or be able to flex the bag around. So I prefer this to be like the wrinkly soft cover. I'm calling it right here, but it's soft cover. So that's not common. Not a lot of people do that. I keep 2, and then by doing it that way, I've noticed that it fills up slower. It takes a little longer to fill up because when I keep both my general and my loan signings in one book, it fills up faster. And then, so I just do 2 different ones. Then I keep a clipboard. The reason why I keep a clipboard, because well, you'll notice if you've already done this before, or if you haven't done this before, you'll go to people's houses and you'll sit typically at like either in their living room or their dining room, typically their dining room, and sometimes their dining room tables aren't the best thing to write on. Like the surfaces, like the wood, like if you scratch, I mean write with a pen, it literally indents into the wood or something like that. So I keep the clipboard. I also keep these jurats and acknowledgements up in here. I do keep an extra folder. That's just an extra one. I have, sometimes I use, sometimes I don't. And then I keep my notary stamp, boom boom. And then also I keep a bag of change. Can you see? I also keep a bag of change because in general notary work, I like to accept everything. I accept cash, card, Cash App, Zelle. I try to accept as many payments as possible. Now when it comes to cash, there are a lot of times I notice people either don't have change, or some people are trying to, I wouldn't say get me. This don't happen a lot, but when I come to you and I tell you straight up, oh, it's going to be for the whole transaction. If I say it's going to be $30, like $6 for the seal and signature, and then $24 for travel, you need to have the $30 ready. Okay, I get there. Why do you only have $40? So you're like, well, I don't have any change, so I mean, is 20 okay? No, it's not okay. I have change. Hold on. Here you go. It don't happen often, but to be honest, I get 1 or 2 people who try me, you know? I don't know if they do it on purpose. Some of them you be like, you knew I was coming and you didn't run get change. Okay, and then the bag itself is something I got from Amazon. It wasn't an expensive bag. It cost me like $24. It's simple, it's easy, it's sturdy. I didn't need the big giant backpacks that I wear carrying my back. I didn't need the big old one that you have to roll on the ground. I didn't want all that. I didn't need all of that. Too much money to be spending anyway. I do have to add, I do have this right here. This is what is that? A TCSA or TSA? Yeah, TSA lock. I do keep, because on this bag, there are, if I can bring it in, there are these holes on the bag. So I lock just this bottom. So I showed you this one. I have one here. I have one here where I keep the documents. And then I have this one in the back where I keep my journal, my notary stamp, my change, which is cash. So this very last one is the only one I use this TSA lock for. It's this I actually bought, I think, at CVS for either $7 or $10. But I got this the only one I lock. That's the only one I lock. And it's a 3 password code that I keep. That's it about my bag, I guess. That's all you need to know. It's very light, it's very easy to move around. I've seen like 1 or 2 videos of people doing this. I'm like, Why is your bag so big, man? Golly, where are you going? But hey, to each its own. Yeah, that's it. That's all for this video. Again, I'll link everything down below. As you saw, I do keep a lot of my stuff in sandwich baggies because who am I trying to impress? You know, I do remember they do have like these bags right here. I don't need that. You don't need that. You can get it if you want it. The sandwich bags works just fine for me. Thank you for watching, and I'm outie.